I must be on someone's bad side to have been put outside at this point, but I'm right with the right person. Allow me to introduce Korey Kennedy with CAA North and Eastern Ontario. How are you doing?
A little frigid, like most people in and around the Ottawa area as of late.
Like you said, you know it's really chilly out when Korey Kennedy actually sports a toque. I don't very often
Usually the hair is exposed, not so much today.
Right.
Lesson learned.
What I'm holding is something that everyone should be keeping on in their car regardless, but especially on days like today. How many calls has CAA been experiencing over the last week with the cold weather?
We've been inundated with calls over the past several days, recognizing the fact that the temperature has been hovering in and around minus 25 degrees. Anytime that it dips in and around that temperature, we deem them to be code red days, where we see a significant influx in the overall volume of calls. Case in point, over the last few days, we've averaged, give or take, about maybe 1,600 calls per day. So we're doing our best to respond in a very timely and professional manner to each and every one of our members. Even this morning, the trend seems to be continuing with the overall volume of calls, so more than likely we'll probably crest over the average number again today.
And what typically is the reason for these calls? Are they people whose vehicle won't start?
Absolutely. The biggest issue as it stands right now is predominantly battery related.
Yeah,
individuals requesting or requiring a boost, or simply the vehicle not turning over. So again, we're doing our best to respond in a timely manner. As it stands right now, most of the ETAs in and around the Ottawa area stand at about maybe 30 minutes for those in an emergency situation, as well as along the roadside, which isn't too bad. So again, we do our best to prioritize as much as possible. In addition to that, you're looking at about maybe 2 hours for individuals requiring service in a public location, such as in and around a restaurant, a mall, somewhere.
Because you know they're warm.
Exactly.
Right.
However, though, for individuals requiring service at home, the time's actually extended a little bit. They're looking, as it stands right now, at about 24 hours. So again, and from our vantage point, rest assured that we have staff from different departments even helping out. Our automotive services department in the call center, our fleet drivers as well as contractors are doing their utmost. They've been running non-stop over the past several days, so collectively we're all coming together to do our part.
Right, so CAA is there.
Absolutely.
You've got a ton of people on it, and you're doing your best to help everyone, but there are certain things that motorists can do to help themselves.
Absolutely. Individuals can actually heed the following recommendations. First and foremost, and I can't reiterate this enough, have your vehicle regularly or routinely serviced. That way there, it mitigates the likelihood that you have any problems. Case in point, with the colder temperature, individuals should have their battery assessed to see whether or not it is in a good working state. The average lifelong longevity for a battery is in and around 3 to 5 years. So again, if you've noticed, even before the colder temperatures, that your car was laboring when turning it over, or sometimes when it was in park or neutral, and you would press on the gas, the lights would actually flicker or dim down. It's cause for concern with your batteries. So again, ideally, if you've noticed that your battery's been struggling, probably best to err on the side of caution and replace it. And secondly, highly recommend that individuals plug their vehicle in overnight. That way there, it ensures that it'll purr like a kitten in the AM.
And further to your point about the battery.
Yes.
What does a brand new battery cost? Less than $200,
Absolutely,
right?
Depending on the make and model of the vehicle and based on the size. So.
Okay, and believe you me, if you are not fortunate enough to have CAA coverage and you need to have your car towed away, it's going to cost significantly more than the price of a new battery.
Well, exactly, and not just that too. Like I said, from our perspective as well, we offer significantly, reasonable offers as well as deals right now for our membership. But even beyond that too, to your earlier point with regards to the road hazard kit, again, usually whenever I'm on the show, when it's automotive or advocacy related, I tend to remind individuals to have an emergency road hazard kit in their vehicle. It's not just because I continuously, shilling for additional sales, but it's the reality in case of an emergency comparable in colder weather like what you're seeing today. As much as we're doing our best to get out there, if individuals are stuck waiting, it's best to err on the side of caution. That way there, they have the blanket, non-perishable items, water, candles, waterproof matches, so on and so forth. So again, and also in addition to that, individuals should probably have an extra set of warm clothes in the vehicle, just for that short duration. But at least that way there, they'll stay nice and toasty until we're able to respond to them.
Right, and I hate to agree with my father, who growing up always said to me, "You need to be prepared in case an emergency strikes," because I would say, "I'm fine in this outfit. We're inside the car. We live in Canada. You need to be ready for the unprepared because it hits when you're absolutely not ready."
shirt, heels, or better yet, you know what, and I can honestly attest to this one here, I'm not a big fan of wearing jackets, toques, mittens. I had to be really cold to sport the attire, and yeah, I've been erring on the side of caution, and I'm fully equipped to battle the colder temperatures.
Korey, thanks so much for coming in and giving us the tips.
Hey, absolutely, my pleasure to come on down. It was great seeing you as always.
Yeah, you too. Head to the CAA website for a full list of all of the things that you should be keeping in your vehicle with temperatures as low as they have been. You certainly want to prepare for seemingly the inevitable with all the calls that have been coming in.